Hey man, I got a question about Judges 21.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Well, why did God command Israel to completely wipe out the Benjamites?
Mm.
My understanding is that the Benjamites were guilty of all kinds of evil things, and then God orders the rest of Israel to wipe them out. Why is that?
Right. Well, the truth is, God didn't order the Israelites to wipe them out. What we're seeing here is an example of adding to God's commands. If you go back a chapter in Judges 20, we read in verse 28 where God only says, "Go up, for tomorrow I will give them into your hand."
Okay.
So there's no mention of completely destroying the tribe of Benjamin.
Hmm.
I think the whole gist of this chapter is described in the very last verse of chapter 21, where it says, "In those days, there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in their own eyes."
Huh.
What this seems to be is an overreaction from the Israelites when all God wanted was them to be stopped and conquered. There's a lot that goes on during this time where Israel had no king.
Okay.
In chapter 21, verse 6, we see the Israelites grieving their overreaction. Verse 7, they seem to regret swearing that they wouldn't marry their daughters into the tribe of Benjamin.
Hmm.
God didn't ask for those oaths. This was a total misstep for Israel in not following God's orders.
Hmm.
It's this type of chaos that motivated Israel to finally ask God for a king. Samuel steps into the picture shortly after this, and he anoints Saul, who is Israel's first king.
Right.
So, yeah, this would fall into the category of description in the Bible, not prescription for how Christians or even Jews should act, and just a shining example of what happens when we don't do exactly what God tells us to do.